We start most games as the biggest team out on the court. So, Jake, we want to be able to control this tap and make sure it gets to a green hand. Or if you can, give it a forceful hit that our green guys can then chase down the floor. Alright, let me start this game by saying afterwards, the coaches had a chat about the game, and we're aware that a few refereeing decisions, especially in the middle of the court to do with our ball handlers, certainly impacted upon our game a little bit. We probably had about 6-7 turnovers that were fouls or that were poor reffing decisions that meant that we had a turnover instead, which shows up in our stats. However, as a representative team, as an elite player, you need to be able to adjust your game accordingly to make sure the ball is safe and our team can function. The ref supervisor also agreed with us on that. She did say that the better team on the day one, the team that won, and that it was difficult. That was a very good first passage of defence there. There was a lot of activity out on the floor. And apart from a patch later on, that was probably the best defence we played all game, where all 5 people were active. I'm going to let the first quarter completely play out, and because I would like you to watch that and look at your gameplay. Just moves like that, good, strong pound to the ball, keep it close, don't put it out in public space, keep the ball close to you. There was a right-hand drive. You can see my reaction to that. Let's have a look at that again. Alright, Lockie, as soon as you receive this ball, that should have been a catch, rip and go on the right-hand side. Cameron would have time to pull up. Ethan, you're cutting in front, which makes it a little bit difficult there to play. But now there's a left-hand lane for you, Lockie. See the big gap inside the top of the key there? Aussie, keep the ball close to you. You've got that ball out quite a way in front. We finished the offence, luckily, by picking up that dropped rebound and scoring here. But we had easier scoring options. We made that one of those first offensive plays quite challenging for ourselves. Defensive play, only a minute and a half later, doesn't have the same intensity that the first play did at the start of the game. Jake, you need to be moving with your cutters. We must be in front of cutters as they move through the key so that they are not a clear target. Good defence, Sam, but we need to step off towards the ball. That's going to be a determined closeout, Aussie. There's no hands up to be a threat on the shot there. So we must close out. Hands up with cutters. Lockie, you're just letting him run around. You must be in front of cutters. Bump your cutters. Put them under pressure. Don't let them be an open target inside. Chasing a player is not defence. You need to be a step ahead, always on your toes, thinking about where you believe they might be leading towards. In this offensive play down the floor, though we might be running strong and the big guy starts in the post, if he has an opportunity to score inside, do it. So either Cameron or Jake, step in front of your man and want the ball while the ball's at the top. Nice play there, nice bit of curl cut, good rebound by Aussie, but Aussie, catch, square up, then make a move. You've turned without looking at the basket, you didn't see defence hand there. But big guys, be that target inside. Have a look again. Look at the space inside the key. There is only the 2 post players. Jake, you need to be on top of your man. That kind of spacing means he has room to play defence. Cameron, you're not even wanting the ball. Both big guys down the floor, just flash cut to the middle or seal your man over top, because we had a lot of scoring opportunities there. And a lot of the big guys that you play against, they're not active. They're not good. You guys can be so much better than them, but you've got to want to be better. You've got to want to beat them on every play down the court. Come on, Aussie, put it in. Now in this defensive play, let's have a look. In front of cutters, Cameron, bump cutters, make contact with them, hit them somewhere. Closing the gaps. Aussie down below the ball. There's no point in you chasing up high, but you should be able to trap there when that guy turns his back and doesn't see what's happening. We seem to have switched players there, Cameron and Jake. Make sure we're communicating, know what we're doing. Someone should be playing on 45. Cameron, you're standing under the basket, not doing anything. Aussie, that was your feet across there. Nice hands there, Ethan. Good little block on that. Good pull-in, win of the ball by Aussie in that play. Now we've got people sprinting lanes. Aussie, if you see the gap, make sure you're stepping at the basket. And Lockie, you just cut right in front of the driver there, and we lose the ball. You must be aware of what your teammates are doing out on the floor. So if the ball's pushing hard down that right-hand side, just keep your lanes. Stay out of the way, give them space to play. Aussie, make sure your direction is going at the ring, not the baseline. Timeout. Now for a team that's had some great sprint training, this seemed really slow behind the ball. Lockie, you're jogging behind the ball. Aussie, the ball's on the other side of the floor. You need to be well inside, ready to help out there. That was way too lazy on behalf of a few players. Keeping active on our feet in defence. Stay low in a stance, stay low. Be aggressive on closeouts. Good closeout, Ethan. Good help there, Aussie. That's all right. Nice box out. Winning boards, two hands, squeeze the ball in. Don't try to tap the ball anywhere. Hands up. And there should be help defence there again. So as the ball comes down, Ethan and Aussie should both drop down, but Ethan is on the strong side shooter. Aussie, that is you stepping down. Cameron, you need to step across to that, ready to get there. But Aussie, that was really you that needed to be right down in there to help out. Good rebound, Jake. Keep the ball nice and close. Don't put it above your head. Okay, we're off down the floor in transition. And Cameron's hiding out in the corner when our big man is supposed to rim run. So being the first big guy down the floor, it should be at the basket. Now have a look right here at the space that you've got, Cameron. You could have flash cut to, receive the pass. Lockie should have been out in the corner. Not sure where he's running now, because once we get that court balance, we need to have that spacing. Stay low, see where you're moving on the floor. Post player was there. That is a terrible pass. Wait for your players to get to the top. If there's no one at the top, then you dribble to the point. We work short passes where we know the ball is safe. Take another look. You can see Aussie is on his way to the top, so it was just a matter of being patient for a second, looking at all the options, being patient and waiting for it. Let's take a look at another defensive passage here. Everyone should be towards the ball, but we need to know where our player is. And if your player's making a cut, you're in front of him, making contact here. Now right here, Lockie loses vision again because he's ball watching. Ethan, you need to hedge down, take another look. Cameron, get a foot over top, good defense there. Adjust with the pass, Ethan, there should be a big jump off that, good help. Recover. Now Ethan needs to double down here. Just get a hand to the ball, back to your man. Lockie, defensive triangle. You lose vision. Your man's behind. Always got vision of ball, man, triangle.
Yeah, I remember that.
I remember the Essendon and North game like that too.
Yeah.
Here comes big man Aussie with a bit of a crunch play. Oh, you can tell he's a footballer. All right, good rebound by Jake, and off we go down the floor. Adam, straight to the basket. Head a straight line to the ring. Not sure what you were planning to do there. Any attack should be going north-south to the basket, not stepping sideways everywhere. It may look great in the NBA when they do it, but You know, you guys don't have that same training, you don't have that same experience. It should be a straight line play. And it might mean that we have to hesitate or pull up because, Adam, you play the ball to the ring an awful lot. So look to just get into the corners of the paint, top corners of the paint, and then pull up. And that would have given players time to move. It would have given you maybe a shot. But in this situation, you've gone to change direction, and the pass is not a good decision at all. And even worse is that there's defence inside, so you've put your teammate under pressure. Look, he's got 3 players around him. So there's a few things about that was just not basketball intelligent, and a bit stressful from a coaching point of view. So we need to be able to pull up and make some decisions out of that. So heading down the floor, everyone needs to head towards the ball. Always heading towards the ball. Make sure we're closing off lanes. Step up to that. Okay, so Adam's playing on 14 down in the corner. Jake, your man's around the post. Mark, sorry, your man was in the post. You need to know where he is. Towards the ball. Now, Adam is on this guy in the corner, 14. Mark's chasing 45. Let's see whose player shoots the ball. Adam, keep vision of your man. Mark's player's heading high. Adam, that's your man. That just shot the ball. Mark was a bit late to it, but then it wasn't his man to chase up, so he hesitated before he went. Okay, early pass into transition offense here. That's good. Ethan, face the basket as you rip the ball. Keep the ball low, Mark. We don't want to keep it above our head. Again, we're putting the ball out in public property. Ethan, keep the ball close to you. Make a good, solid pass. We get a finish in the end, but we put ourselves under enormous pressure and make it difficult for ourselves. Stay low in the stance. Okay, back into defensive play again. Everyone should be hedging towards the ball. On your toes all the time. Good closeouts. High hands. Keep the high hands. Good movement, good movement. Chase him, Ethan. That's your man. Back to middle now in split line. Closeouts, high hands. Get around that Aussie. You cannot let your player play in front. Pushing the floor towards the basket. Strong dribbles again, north-south. We don't need to be stepping side to side. That's not a good finish. Pull up if you need to. Jake, keep the ball in close. Do not put the ball above your head. Look at that. A little bit slower so that those players in particular can see what I'm talking about. So heading to the basket here. It's a one-on-one play, Adam. Pull up, fake, step around your player on the one side of the ring, because now you sort of put Ethan out of the play as well. There's no need to have to take the ball so deep all the time. Practice getting in, getting a pull-up jumper from around the foul line, because I think you'd get a few of those. Jake, shot's not there. Keep yourself low in a stance, but keep the ball tucked in close. You put the ball up in the air, and even the little guys are tapping that. So until you get a bit more upper body strength and arm strength, keep that ball low. Step, solid passes. Okay, let's have a look, see what happened in offense here. So we're running with green. We've got reasonable spacing to start with. Now Jake's open there. I'm not sure why we're not actually just giving him the ball. There was no one playing defense on him. Jake, call for the ball. Yell at the ball handler. Scream at the ball handler. If you are open, always want the ball. It's the easiest high percentage shot from down in the post. So we get the pass on the wing. Aussie starts his move to screen away. Step around your man. That takes far too much effort to run through him. Just step around. Now Adam should be coming across the foul line and then curling to the basket. So Ethan's looking. Adam ducks down first. Not sure why. It's just got to be a curl cut. But because he changes direction, Ethan's made that pass, assuming that you're coming across that foul line and curling to the basket as the space was there. But Adam, because you changed direction, the pass was misguided. Yeah, he did. Hey, good running, Mark. Good defence to get down the floor. Nice little fly by Ethan over top to get after boards. Strong's the call. The guy that inbounds should be trailing. And the first big guy, Jake, down the floor should be in under the basket. Aussie, that's the pass right there. Instead, you dribble into trouble and get yourself stuck. It needs to be early initiation into offence. Go back and have another look at that Aussie and you'll see how open he was down the lanes. Now, we have another skip pass coming up that's not necessary. Jake's got the ball. Jake, just hold the ball and wait for a player to come and get it. We don't need those long passes. And as guards, don't be giving the ball to Jake out on the wing. That's not the place he plays from. So that's your intelligence, guards, looking at who your players are and where their positioning is on the floor. Now, I'm guessing by our alignment we were running green. And all I'm seeing to start with is guards dribbling side to side. So this confuses other players on the court in the first place. There needs to be good spacing. Get out to the wing, Nate. We're keeping that very close together and high. Marks should be going right out to the corner, not walking part way. He's got to run out hard, convince your defence that you're doing something. And then, Nate, there's our cutter that you need to be around on the wing. Adam, cutting behind players, getting open. And Nate, you're dribbling into three players here. There's an easy pass out to Mark for a short corner shot. And as much as I might tell you to play in the moment, use your initiative on the court, I don't understand what you were trying to gain from that little play then. They're not situations that we've trained. Okay, here we go into offense. Green is the call. So we get an early pass, which is great. Mark should be getting out to the corner. Lockie curl cutting. Good movement. Mark, get right out to the corner outside the three-point line. And that pass, that's not what we've trained. Adam, okay, the pass goes to the big guy at the top and we swing the ball.
What happened there?
Okay, into defensive transition. Generally, we start off pretty good here. Nate, your man's cutting through. You need to be dropping into split line. That's Cameron that'll come and help. You must be with your man because now he's wide open on the other side if they wanted to kick that. And though we get a rebound here, that doesn't change what's going to happen the next 25 situations down the floor. Okay, Lockie, in this situation here, you get crowded by quite a few defence. You're pushing the ball way out in front. If they're starting to close in, you've got to keep that ball a little bit closer. Now, there was a foul on that. No doubt about that. But you've got to read the situation that you've got the ball in and protect the ball much better than that, because as a point guard, you're going to get crunched many more times than that at higher levels. So green was the call. Cameron's there. We need to get that pass inside. Again, take a look at how open. Our big man is open. Call for the ball. Again, he's open, but Adam, we're not looking inside. Guards, I can't have you playing on the perimeter if you're not going to pass the ball to your big guys. We're taking away scoring opportunities. But Cameron, don't hide. Be vocal. Demand the ball. And then when we come into timeouts, big guys, tell them that you expect the pass. Tell them that they're not doing their job as guards. And this is where we have to be assertive with each other on the floor. Here's another situation where our guard is open. Cameron, demand the ball. Get in, be a target. Stop playing with your hair and want the ball. You've got a guy that's not a great defender on you, and you're not wanting the ball.
tea break.
Who got that last goal? Cameron. Well done, Cameron.
Everyone moving with their players, keeping on our feet here, good closeouts. And remember, everyone should be adjusting with passes and with the ball. So, Michael, you shouldn't get caught on top of the ball here. You should be down on that and being able to put some pressure on it. Get around your player, Mark, always keeping ball side of your man. On your feet, on your feet. Lockie, that's you. You need to step across and close that gap. They should not have a lane. But in that situation, keep playing the game. So here he drives Lockie. You should be closing that space. You should have the body right across there. Focus on the ball. Win the ball. Win the ball. I mean, you're still playing defence, Lachlan. Go and get the ball. Your concentration. That was my concern Friday night. Just get after the ball. Want to win the ball. Sometimes it seems that some players expect everyone else to do the hard work so that they can get the ball and go and play. And if that's not your, and I'm sure that's not your intention, but it's certainly how it looks at times. Okay, about to go into defensive transitions. Not a very well balanced shot there. Okay, defensive transition. Closing the middle of the court. Keep your spacing, Michael. You keep running right in front, but then everyone else, we've got to step feet across. Now, Cameron, you were the first down the floor with that big guy. So here, Mark, you're the one that's got to close that gap because Cameron is the guy under the basket. He can't leave that low player that they just passed to. Cameron had to stay with him, and everyone else had to get inside and play defence. Okay, now this concerns me. When we're looking at this sort of transition play, whoever outlets the rebound or whoever the lowest big guy is really should hang below the ball a little bit. So in this case, Cameron should have probably hung back. But what concerns me is the pass that our guard makes here. Guards, you need to be able to see where the defence is coming from. Now, in this space, this is just a chuck up. Now, Lockie, just hold on to the ball a little bit and wait for a player to come back and get it from you. But just chucking the ball up into open space. Now, it's not even gone at him. It's gone well down the court, actually more towards the defensive player. And it just creates a situation where defense is going to come at it. And this is, I've said a couple of times, we're not reading where defense is. We're not thinking about our teammates. We're just chucking the ball. And this happened by a few players a few other times. Now, in this situation, I was out on the court pretty quick because if it's a head injury, I'm not going to hang around and wait. If it's an arm or a leg, I'll see if you get up and fall back down. But if you get whacked in the head, I'll always be out on the floor. And if the coach walks out, you have to be subbed off. And I'm not going to take any second chances with head injuries.
The old elbow in the face.
Now, this is a situation where the team should huddle. The 4 or 5 players on the court now should huddle, talk about what their next play is, what's happening next down the floor. But you can see we sort of just got players wandering and doing nothing. Pull yourself together as a team. So I've heard a call of green, so we should have players out on the wing. Okay, know where the pass is going. We've got a clear pass there. Wait for the cutters. Lockie, little Lockie free, you screened the wrong way, which meant we didn't get a curl cutter. Adam, you're running really high. So let's take another look. You've picked up the dribble, which makes things challenging. Michael Ola, you need to hold the ball and wait for the cutter, and you're dribbling way too early. Lockie Dawson, you were the weak side wing, so you should have been cutting off that. And then we give an overhead pass, which we just continue to turn over. We have never trained that pass, so it surprises me that people think it's a safe pass to go with. And then we foul. Okay, in this defensive transition here, Lockie free, you end up a little bit behind the ball, and you should have just sprinted your button, back tap that. But instead you jog behind it and kind of hesitate. Right there, you should have had that steal, Lockie free. Okay, keeping on our feet. Get around your post. Good defense, Jake. Good close out, Adam. And who's there? Let's take a look. Vision of ball and man. Here comes Lockie's player. So Lockie, if Lockie had stepped up earlier and bumped his man on the way through, he wouldn't have received that pass inside. Adam, your play was strong side, so you needed to stay on the corner, not double down in the post. Okay, and this is why, because he was able to get a clear shot away. Okay, the call is Tommy. When I look down the floor, it looks like we're set up, ready to go. And then Lockie Dawson, you're running in, and now people are confused and the offense isn't working. There's plenty of time to get this court organised. And that was just a mess. Now here's something I find a little bit ironic. There's 5 seconds left on the clock. Adam has the ball. Now Adam is the player that usually will go left to right, step side to side and take the ball at the ring to go for the high percentage shot in a layup. But in this situation, pulls up and shoots the ball. I would have thought you would have played hard to the ring. But bad luck on that shot. The decision was quite okay.